Hello, I'm Steve Appleton, President and CEO of IMHL and IDL. I hope you have all enjoyed the 2022 Leadership Exchange. I'm sorry not to be there with you in person, but I'm attending our Australasia and Pacific Islands hub in Christchurch, New Zealand. I wanted to share my appreciation with you all, some highlights for the year, and some news about the future. We've seen lots of change since our last Leadership Exchange in 2019 in Washington. We've all lived through the extraordinary time of the pandemic and have had to find new and alternative ways of doing our jobs, leading our organisations and maintaining relationships. Whilst the pandemic kept us physically apart, in my experience it has led to closer working and stronger relationships. This is evident from the number of attendees we've seen taking part in our Leadership Exchange event this October. We've seen hundreds of people attending the virtual matches and our in-person regional hub meetings in Washington, Christchurch and Dublin, which have all been at full capacity. I want to thank every one of you for taking part. Our organisation exists because of its people, and our commitment to share our knowledge, expertise and good practice to improve the lives of people with mental health problems, addiction and people with a disability. I especially want to thank our wonderful host countries for welcoming visitors in person. My colleague Sean Russell has worked incredibly hard to coordinate and organise this year's Leadership Exchange and our European hub, alongside our IDL lead Eddie Bartnick, with the help of Erin Gainey. It takes a global network to make these events a success, but many individuals have gone above and beyond. There have been huge efforts and generosity to make this event happen, and it would take hours to mention everyone specifically. But on behalf of IMHL, IDL and our board, I would like to say a huge thank you to our planning team, including Mental Health Europe, the Netherlands International Mental Health Hub, and the Scottish Commission for People with Learning Disabilities, and to those who have led sessions. We are especially grateful to the Taoiseach, Ministers and Senator and Member of the European Parliament for your leadership. We also thank Jim Ryan from HSE for funding the event, and to Martin Rogan and Catherine Brogan from Mental Health Ireland, as well as their wider team, for coordinating and organising key elements of the event. I was particularly pleased that we were able to welcome leaders from Ukraine and Slovakia, a sign of how we are working with an expanding and important range of countries and leaders. I also want to express my appreciation to everybody who attended, especially the youth and young adults. You are the future of mental health, addiction and disability leadership, and we warmly welcome you to continue this journey with us. I could make a feature-length film if I mentioned every individual by name, but please know how much your efforts are appreciated and how grateful we are for your engagement and contribution throughout the events. I want to end my thank yous by mentioning my predecessor and the founder of IMHL and IDL, Fran Silvestri. I took over from Fran at the beginning of this year, and having worked with him for a number of years before that, I wanted to say what a privilege it is to have the job of taking the organisation forward. We are all grateful to Fran for his leadership and commitment over the years, and I'm very pleased that he remains involved and is still very much part of the organisation. As we look ahead, we've set several priorities, including a focus on our emerging leaders' work, strengthening our governance, and focusing on diversity and inclusion. We are also planning to change the name of the organisation so that we have a single title and brand. This work is underway, and we have much to do, but I wanted to share where we are and what we're planning next. We will change our name to Global Leadership Exchange. Hopefully, easier to say, find and remember, and more importantly, representative of what we do as an organisation. Please be assured that a change in name and brand does not change who we are. We are still the same organisation. We will continue to focus on our core mission, but we will look a little different. I'm excited about the change and look forward to keeping you updated on the progress and official launch details. In the meantime, please get in touch and share your thoughts and feedback on this news. I want to end my message by acknowledging the strength of our networks and relationships, and to thank you all for your commitment, attendance and interest in international collaboration and leadership development. I encourage everyone involved in the Leadership Exchange to make the most of their learning experience by continuing connections and discussions through our collaboratives, events and individually in the period between now and the next Leadership Exchange. I look forward to working with you all and expanding our global connections, as well as meeting some of you during my programme of visits in 2023. Our next Leadership Exchange is planned for June 2024 in the Netherlands, and you will hear more about that shortly, as well as over the coming months. Thank you again, and safe travels.